Okay, it's time for a new video, and this will be the last in the series of the original Star Wars trilogy. You would have seen that I've done videos in regards of the New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, in regards of the limited edition DVDs that were released a couple of decades ago, and obviously with Return of the Jedi being the last one in this particular trilogy. Now, I've had this one in my collection for a couple of decades, and I got it from a site many years ago, which I don't think probably exists now. And then what makes this unique is that this particular DVD contains the original version of Return of the Jedi, and also the special edition version of Return of the Jedi, with the with it being remastered and with added new scenes and musical motifs added to the actual movie. Now, as of 2024, whether it's Blu-ray, prior to that VHS, and obviously now 4K, only the special edition versions of the original trilogy are available. There is no way to actually watch the original versions of the original Star Wars trilogy unless you happen to own them on DVD. Obviously still have it on VHS, or there are some places and on YouTube where people have done their own version of the original Star Wars trilogy movies without the special edition added scenes incorporated into the movie. So those are the only ways of actually watching it. When these special editions were released in 1997, I remember they were released 2 weeks after each other, and I remember going to see Star Wars: A New Hope. 2 weeks after that, Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. And I was so in awe of it that I actually saw the special editions of each movie twice. That's how much I absolutely loved and still love Star Wars, more so of the original trilogy. So, and I know there's obviously a lot of fuss in regards of the changes that they've done with the actual movies. For some people it's for the better, and for some people obviously they obviously don't like the actual change. For me, it kind of doesn't really bother me too much because it doesn't change the actual storyline. But I do like that what they have done with all three movies, that they've remastered it, because a few years ago, when I've looked at the original versions of the actual movie, you can see that it looks a bit grainy. On DVD with the normal original versions of it, the soundtrack is in mono. Obviously now you've got 5.1, you've got DTS, you've got Dolby Atmos, so it's gonna look a lot better. And then obviously with the color grading as well, and obviously there have been problems with movies where the colors of the lightsabers have changed colors, so it's changed maybe from green to blue when it should have been blue, and it's looked a bit green. So in some cases they've done some good things, and and some bits, especially in Empire Strikes Back, where they're flying in the snow speeders, where you can see the cockpit and you can see the outline, the black outline of where, and obviously they've composited the actual background shots. But obviously in this one they've actually in these special editions they've actually cleaned it up. And then obviously with the Blu-ray releases, they've done, I think they've changed it twice or 2 or 3 times. And obviously now with the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and the new trilogy, obviously all available like on 4K now. Maybe at some point I will get them on 4K just to see what it looks like, see if there's really going to be a huge change to the actual movies themselves. But obviously you need a 4K TV for that, which mine TV at the moment it's still currently 1080p, so there's no point in kind of doing that. But hopefully sometime in the future, when I can get a 4K TV, then I might, certain key films like the Star Wars, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters, I might get those classic films on 4K just to see if there's an actual difference. But as I said, I've had this in my collection for quite a while, and I won't be parting with it, because at the moment now, as I said, this is the only official way to have the two versions of the actual movie, with the special editions and the original version of Return of the Jedi. So and then a lot of Blu-ray players, DVD players now can upscale DVD movies or TV shows, whatever it is that you're watching. So it can have some kind of a improvement on the actual movie itself. Now they did. Now I'm trying to remember where this kind of had the least amount of changes, but there was a couple of controversial changes that they did to this, like in the Sarlacc pit, which I actually don't have a problem with that, where obviously where they're about to be thrown in, and then Luke rescues Han and the rest of the other people. You actually see the creature come out of the Sarlacc pit and being eaten, and I actually thought that bit was actually really good, because although the pit did look a bit nasty with all those teeth, seeing the thing coming out of there, I did think it made it look a lot more nasty and a lot more menacing. So I did think that changes to it weren't too bad. Obviously, the bit prior to that, where they're in Jabba's palace, they added in a new dance number into the which they incorporated into that scene before that slave girl is thrown to those monsters and then she's killed. And I know some people, again, might not kind of like that. Obviously, that part was CG. But what I did thought was, what is interesting about that particular scene was that alien, I don't know what those aliens are called, where she's thrown into the pit and then she's killed. In the special edition version of it, they actually got the same actress that they got, that was in the 1983 version of Return of the Jedi, to refilm some new scenes for that particular Jabba palace scene. And the actual actress hasn't aged pretty much at all, so you pretty much can't tell the difference. So I thought that was kind of great. They did some changes towards the at the ending of the actual Return of the Jedi was changed with and I thought this bit was actually good. I'm not sure about the for me, I'm a bit 50-50 on the change of the music that they used at the end of it. But what I did like was when the Empire fell, and then they go to the different planets in that galaxy, showing them tearing down the statues and celebrating with the fall of the Empire. And then you see that transition of the different planets and the people celebrating. I thought that part of it was actually really good in the changes that they did to what they did do for that particular scene. So you've seen the people celebrate. The controversial thing that they changed with the ending, and it's just spoiler alert so people will realise, is when you see Yoda come back as a Force ghost. You see Obi-Wan come back as a Force ghost, and then you see Anakin come back as a Force ghost. Now, in the original version of it, you see him, Anakin, as an older man, and in the new version of it, they replaced the old version of Anakin with the new version of Anakin. What's his name again? So they use the younger Anakin Skywalker as the Force ghost, and there were obviously complaints where people weren't happy about them changing the actual Force ghost to make Han Solo, silly me, to make Anakin look younger, and I kind of see why they did it, and I'm on the fence. I can see why people were upset, because obviously you've got the original version of of Anakin Skywalker with him being old, but then you've got the younger version of him, and I guess that what they're trying to do is that they're trying to basically keep a sense of consistency. Obviously, with the prequel movies, obviously with the prequel films that had already been filmed and shot, they wanted to keep that sense of consistency using the Hayden Christian actor as the Anakin Skywalker one. So I can understand it both ways. For me, it kind of doesn't bother me in totally, but I do understand what they were trying, what George Lucas was trying to do in terms of trying to keep with the consistency with obviously with the prequel Star Wars trilogy movies. So with using the Hayden Christian Anakin Skywalker. So I can understand it. If people if people don't like it, but also do like it. Some of the ending where you see the characters meet back up again, like Wedge and Lando Calrissian, they actually rejigged it a little bit. So in terms of the way which characters turn up first and when they start hugging and celebrating, so they actually changed the order of it, if I remember correctly, which was a bit weird. And obviously the music motif that they play at the end of it is completely different. So they completely changed it. Although I actually missed the old music that they do in it. So I do kind of like the new music that they added to it. But I do miss the old music as well. So that's one of the things with the beauty about having this collection that I have, where I have the special edition versions of it and also the original versions of each of the movies, where I can go back to that if I want to sit there and see that. Or obviously it's going to be DVD quality. Now, will we ever see the original versions of Star Wars on Blu-ray? I don't know. I mean, who knows? Stranger things have happened. But I do know, but one thing I will say is that let's say for example that they decided to release the original trilogy as in Blu-ray, but in their original form, I do think that they would make an absolute killing when it comes to sales, with selling the official versions of the original trilogy, whether it's on Blu-ray or 4K. I think they would make tons of money, because then it would cater to those fans. And then there were rumors many years ago of when they were going to release the complete trilogy on Blu-ray and on 4K, that they were going to put the original versions of the movies on there. But obviously that never happened, and I don't know how true this is, but there were rumors that when George Lucas sold LucasArts to Disney, that part of the deal was that they couldn't release the original versions of the original Star Wars trilogy. So I don't know how true that actually is, but as I said, strange things have happened in terms of whether or not we will ever see the original trilogy on Blu-ray or on 4K or on some digital platform. So aside from, as I said before, going onto YouTube, or if you got the original VHS, or like what I have, this is the only official way of watching the original version of the Star Wars trilogy. So, as you can see, you got Luke on there, and he's got the green lightsaber. I know on some of the posters, it's made it look like that he's got a blue lightsaber. So they've kind of corrected it for this version of it. Now, as you can see on the front, it says a limited time only, includes the digital remastered movie plus the original theatrical version. Again, that's obviously DVD, and it's in digital mastered for superb and picture quality, and this is obviously THX, sorry. And again, you've got that blazing on there, limited edition. Now, I don't know how much, because as you can see, with the straighten up a little bit, with the other ones I've shown you with with New Hope, and as you can see, Empire Strikes Back, I don't know how much these are worth. I do know that these are quite difficult to kind of get now, because I remember somebody leave me a comment saying that they asked me if they're easy to get or they couldn't find out something to words of that effect. But they're probably difficult to get, or they're probably not going to be cheap to actually get. So I'm making sure I'm keeping. Should I say I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be keeping my collection. But when I did originally get these many decades ago, I was iffing and butting on whether or not I should get these, because I did have these I did have I've already got these as a DVD collection, a DVD box set with the original trilogy and the bonus disc, and I was thinking to myself, should I really sit and buy it again? And when I looked in it, and then I realized that it came with the original version of the movie, I thought to myself, you know what, I am gonna sit there and then buy these, even though I'm not gonna watch them. And I'm glad that I made that decision and actually got them. And when I did get them, I don't remember how much I originally paid. I know I got it for quite a really good price at the time. So we have experience the Star Wars saga like you've never before. Includes the digital, remastered, and original theatrical movies. In the spectacular final chapter of the Star Wars saga, well, not really, Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia must travel to Tatooine to free Han Solo by infiltrating the wretched stranglehold of Jabba the Hutt, the galaxy's most loathsome gangster. Reunited, the rebels team up with the tribe of Ewoks. I know about there's some people that didn't like them. Ewoks to combat the Imperial forces on the forest moon of Endor. Meanwhile, the Emperor and Darth Vader conspire to turn Luke to the dark side, and a young Skywalker is determined to rekindle the spirit of a Jedi within his father. The galactic civil war culminates into an ultimate showdown as the rebel forces gather to attack the seemingly defenseless and incomplete second Death Star in the battle that will determine the fate of the galaxy. So there you kind of have it. So remember what I said about this is the original artwork, and as you can see, Luke's lightsaber is blue, as you can see, which is meant to be green. And as you can see on the special edition version, they've color corrected it, so it's supposed to be green, which is what it's supposed to be. So, and on the posters now, in the original posters, they're still actually blue. Although you can get the special edition posters, which I think I do own them somewhere. So disc 1 is the special edition version of Star Wars, and that comes, and it says the features that you get with is Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi movie, with commentary by George Lucas, Ben Brett, Dennis Muren, and the late Carrie Fisher. DVD-ROM link to exclusive Star Wars content, probably going to be useless now. Widescreen format enhanced for 6:9 TVs, aspect ratio 2:3:5:1. Now, what I forgot to mention, and I've mentioned on the other Star Wars films, is that the special edition Star Wars films are presented in widescreen ratio, and the original Star Wars movies are presented in a 4:3, so it's more so it's basically a box format. So it's kind of it's going to be in a box like that, so it's not widescreen. So kind of bear that in mind. Sound English Dolby 5.1 surround EX, English Dolby 2.0 surround, subtitles English for the hearing impaired, Danish, Finnish, Norwegian, and Swedish, and obviously it says in color, and the running time is 129 minutes. Disc 2, it contains the original theatrical 1983 version of Return of the Jedi. It includes Lego Star Wars 2, the video game, the PC demo and trailer. A 4:3 letterbox format, so again it's going to be more of a square. So the aspect ratio is 2:3:5:1. Sound is English Dolby 2.0 surround. Subtitles English for the hearing impaired, Danish, Finnish, Norwegian, and Swedish, and the running time is 126 minutes. So the special edition version of Return of the Jedi is 3 minutes longer than the original cinema release. So, obviously, with the new incorporated scenes that they've added into the movie, you're going to get a slightly longer movie. And we'll open this up. And again, this is pretty cool. You get the disc, which is pretty cool. So you get disc 1, which is the original, which is the special edition version of Return of the Jedi. You get the bonus disc, which is disc 2, which will be the original versions of the actual movie. You get a little pamphlet here, which is absolutely cool, which they pretty much don't do with even Blu-rays anymore. We'll move that to one side. And as you can see, it's artwork. They've actually drawn artwork of the actual scene from the movie. And obviously this is where Luke is about to destroy Jabba's barge. And he grabs Princess Leia, and he's about to swing off and then destroy it. So this is the exact scene, but obviously this is an actual, by looks of it, a painting of the actual scene. And then you've got here the second Death Star and Darth Vader lingering in the background. And on the back, you've got disc 1, which obviously, if you look, it tells you the different chapters. So you've got chapters 1, which is the opening logos, all the way to chapter 50, which is the end credits, and then 49 being the celebrations. And then you've got this pamphlet here showing you the return to a galaxy far, far away, with the Star Wars trilogy films are now available individually with bonus materials that includes the original theatrical versions on DVD for the first time ever. And also you got Star Wars Episode 4: The New Hope, Star Wars Episode 5: Empire Strikes Back, and the one we're currently looking at now is Star Wars Episode 6: Return of the Jedi. And then we've got a scene. If you look at this, is from the original version of Return of the Jedi, where you've got the older version of Anakin Skywalker, and also in especially this version, it's the Hayden Christian version of Anakin Skywalker. So, and then you've got them advertising the PC playable demo of Lego Star Wars 2, which, whether it works or not, I have not got a clue because I haven't got a PC. And I've got a Mac which it hasn't got a drive anymore, and God knows whether or not that will still work. So yeah, that's Return of the Jedi special edition, which also includes the original version of Return of the Jedi. So yeah, that's kind of great. As I said before, this is going to be pretty much the only way of officially having the original version of Return of the Jedi, and I'm so glad, as I said before, that that I actually bought this. And you know, sometimes I make bad decisions where I don't bother to kind of buy it, but I'm so kind of glad that I did. And it does say here that Return of the Jedi, the special edition version of it, was released on March 14th, 1997. So that's wow, that's such a long time ago. But as I said, maybe at some point I might check out the original versions of the Star Wars trilogy. And again, as you already know, that I do own the box set of the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy, and then the new trilogy that was released recently, obviously, with The Force Awakens, starting off with The Force Awakens, should I say. I own those movies separately, and obviously they have done a complete 4K box set of all the 3 trilogy Star Wars movies. And a friend of mine called Toby Christian did a unboxing of the 4K trilogy, of the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and the new trilogy on his with the 4K box set on his YouTube channel. So if I can find it, what I will do is I will put a link to his channel so you can check out the unboxing of that. I really wish I had that as well, to be honest, but obviously it's a lot of money. But again, I will, if I can find it, I will put the link in the description box, and you can go to his channel and check out his unboxing of it. But it's actually really, 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 really nice. And who knows, maybe someday I might get it, and who knows that I might even do an unboxing of it of my own one day. But yeah, this is the Star Wars Return of the Jedi limited edition DVD. So now we've come to the end of the limited edition original Star Wars trilogy movies with Return of the Jedi. So yeah, that's a bittersweet that we've come to the end. But you know, wow, as I said before, I won't be letting these movies, as you can see, with obviously now I have the complete set here. I won't be it's gonna matter what order it's gonna in, but I won't, as you can see, I'm not gonna be parting with these in any shape or form. So they will be in my collection for many years. So I hope people enjoyed this video. Anyway, please feel free to share with your friends and family. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, I would highly appreciate that. That allow people to find my YouTube channel and content on YouTube recommendation page. This is because of the YouTube algorithms favor the bigger YouTubers, so their channels get advertised on the YouTube recommendation homepage. So hopefully we'll be able to find some new subscribers who can check out my channel and content. Speaking of subscribers, if you wanna, if you do like what you see here with the unboxing of these, well, a respective look back at the Return of the Jedi limited edition DVDs, then consider subscribing. I also do food and drink reviews, beauty products, video gameplay, video game unboxings. I've done gadgets, whether it's iPhones, iWatches. I did a MacBook M2 2022 unboxing the other day, well, a month or two ago, so check that out. Also my Blu-ray and DVD and Blu-ray Steelbook collection, so you might want to sit there and check that out. And I do unboxings of Blu-ray movies and steelbooks as well when I'm able to purchase them. I also do clothing pickups, which is clothing, trainers, shoes, slippers, things like that, pajamas, any t-shirts, comic book stuff, whether it's comic books that are old or new, some rare comics that I've got in my collection. I will be carrying on showcasing my comic book collection, and also graphic novels, art books, whether them video game, movie or comic book related. I'm going to be doing that. Comic book stuff when it comes to figures and statues, I need to do more of that. So if you want to see all those kind of good things, then consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Before Christmas of 2023, we hit 500 subs. A few months ago, we hit 600, and now we're over 700 subs plus. So a big thank you to the subs, old and new. Again, without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. So the channel is just as much yours as is mine, because of all I'm making the content, it's you guys that have made me and got me to where I am today. So a big thank you to all of you. So I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if there was a way I could thank everybody individually, I would, but obviously that's pretty much a impossible task. So a big thank you to all those who have subscribed to my channel and you know, leave thanks. And also, and I've had comments where people ask me questions, and don't be afraid to ask questions if there's something that you want to ask, and I'll try to get around to asking answering your questions if you there's something that you're curious, you need to you want to ask something about a particular product, and I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can in answering you. So there's that. Hopefully we'll get to 800 sooner rather than later. The big milestone that I'm looking forward to getting to at some point is 1,000. That's I'm hoping to get there sooner rather than later. Well, we've got quite a long ways to go, but hopefully we'll get there soon. So that will be the matter, and then maybe we'll do something special when we get to 1,000. I haven't thought of what to do yet. Also, I live stream on Twitch. Now, I don't have set days on when I live stream on there. To find me on there, it's the same name as my YouTube name, just add 76. Now, I don't have set days on when I live stream because there's ongoing things, obviously there's things on my real life that are going on, but things I need to take care of and do. Health issues as well, so I don't have set days on when I can and can't do something. So follow me on there, and then you get a notification of when I am live streaming. I try to archive the videos on there because I'm unaffiliated with only 41 followers. When I archive the videos, they only stay there for 2 weeks. so they don't stay there for very long. So if you miss it live, I do try to export the videos to YouTube. Now, if they've got copyright material in it, then obviously that makes it kind of harder. For games like Forza, which I've been playing on Twitch on the Xbox Series X, which I absolutely love, I've been exporting gameplay of that to YouTube. In the future, because now I've got a computer now, when I've learned how to edit, I will be able to edit out all this stuff. Although some games, it's like the old FIFA games and the FC, as they call it now, 25, and things like Cyberpunk, I do have stream things where there's an option to make it stream friendly, so it cuts out the copyright claim music. So I do wish a lot more video games companies would do that, so it just makes it a lot easier for us content creators. So follow me on there. Hopefully I'm trying to build on there as much as I am build on YouTube. I do live stream on YouTube, but it's kind of rare. But it's going to be more casual gaming, like sports games, beat 'em ups, shoot 'em ups, things like that. Platform games, sports games, as I said. Currently doing FC25, where I've got a 10-hour trial in there. I've got less than 8 hours left. So I've been doing some of that. People seem to love it. So maybe people do love the FC25 gameplay. Maybe I might consider buying it later on down the line, doing even more footage of that. When my 10-hour trial and my EA Play subscription runs out, which will be around about the 20th of October. So I'm going to try and fit in as much gameplay of FC25 as much as I can, and I may even do an initial thoughts of what I think of the FC25, which some good, some bad. So I'll do that video at some point, so keep a lookout for that. So again, hit the notification button. Even if you do miss me playing live on YouTube, the videos will stay up there, so you can watch it whenever you're free to watch it and at your heart's content. So even if you do miss it live, that's fine. You can watch it whenever you're free to sit down and watch it, if you want to watch it, of course. Anyway, it just leaves me to say, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe. At the moment here in the UK, it's cold and raining, so please, if you're here in the UK, please keep warm, please keep dry, and I will catch you again on the next video. Bye for now.